there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with this Papal States campaign. Last time around, we managed to capture Paris, and we now control most of France. The only thing that I need to do is actually capture this place as well, and then I've got all of it, and I think I will try and do that actually before we go ahead and march this army down south to try and save Italy. I think I am within distance to actually do that. And yes, did he just say? I think he just said Italy, didn't he? We only lost 150 or so men, and now we control this. Now the reason why I wanted to control this is because, well, it's a stone's throw away of Paris, and there are armies kind of on the way, so I wanted to hold them away. God damn it, the Grand Battery is part of this. At least, at this point, France will have a hard time sort of re-recruiting the troops. All losses will be hard for them to go ahead and re-recruit or sustain. So we can see here, they have, this looks very much like a similar surplus army as this, my army here. It's all sort of German militia unit, Landwehr units, 3 howitzers, some light cavalry and other troops. Also, with this, I think it's time to see if we cannot call upon the Swiss to break their neutrality and attack France. And we're gonna give them 25,000. I think 25,000 seems to be a roundabout number to hand out. And so now they are at war with the French, and I hope that this is not really because I think they will be able to do much against the French. However, what it will do is create another obstacle or another diversion against the French. So now they've got another target. And usually, I don't know, the French usually kind of go after the Swiss if they turn. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we're going to continue on the plan to hand over most of the territory to Brittany. Brittany Spears. She's gonna be taking over. No, we're gonna give all of that, and that's gonna kind of, I guess, symbolize us putting the king back in power. But I've made my moves now. Now we wait with anticipation how the French troops in Belgium react, and how the troops here around Metz react to all of this. So let's go ahead and stay tuned as we end turn. So it is as I feared. We got Clement Beaulieu, if that's how you pronounce it, against the Papal States Army, the Pope's Guard. Let's put them to the test as they are now set to defend. I'm not entirely sure if we've been able to repair the walls. Otherwise, I mean, probably shouldn't have repaired the wall just because it's going to take a hell of a long time for them to break down the walls, and it'll be just an annoying battle. But the fact that it's a stacked light infantry army with high accuracy doesn't bode well. Doesn't bode well at all. If maybe I can combine some kind of melee attack, break their spirit by canister, and then melee attack them, and somehow rout them. Especially if maybe they send in the conscripts first. If we can get at the conscripts first, and break them first, and then rout through the entire army. But yeah, we don't want to end up in a shooting contest when they have an army completely stacked with light infantry. But we won't know for certain until we actually play the battle. So with that, let's go ahead and defend. Venice. And there we have it! The siege is underway. I've put the rabble outside to kind of slow the enemy down, the local partisans. Looks like the French light infantry is going to charge them. Let's not look too closely. Their uniforms are actually completely terrible. And so is their aim as well. Once inside though, the French has to meet this armory. And then we have the name unit, the first Giovanni. We've got all the houses set. Guns here, trained on this area. And this one, as soon as they come through here, that will open up. And currently, like, the troops on the wall, firing cannons to the side. However, what normally happens is, once the AI realizes there's a hole in the wall, they're going to go for that. So they're not going to try and climb the wall. Just in case, though, I have a militia unit on at least one of each of these walls, so they won't claim it and get in through the gates, which will ruin a lot of my defense. Currently, the French are kind of being held up here by the partisans. Looks like they're about to come through. So we will prepare the canister to be fired upon them. They're a little bit cautious, which I can understand. But it looks like the forlorn hope has been sent in. And it's going for a charge towards the first Giovanni. However, it could very well be that they snag onto this unit first. Did they fire their canister? I'm not sure they did. First Giovanni is now embroiled in melee combat. The French unit was actually broken. And the first Giovanni held their ground. So the first unit has been sent away. Let's reorganize the unit so we can start producing fire down upon the enemy. And now the enemy are presenting themselves to the secondary batteries. And I kind of want them to fire in a sequence where we have constant canister going down upon the enemy. And then of course they're being fired upon from the houses and all around. Okay, just in time for these guys to reorganize themselves. There's another unit that charges in. I was hoping it would at least be able to get a few musket shots off. This one is steady and fresh, so it's going to take a bit to break them down. But seeing as though troops around them back here are retreating, they could break as well. First Giovanni has lost about 80 men at this point, but they are holding on. And the unit was actually broken. This time around I will order them. Okay, so you move out when I don't want you to move out, but when I want you to pursue them, then is when you hold back. I get it, and of course you will be just setting up to deliver a volley as soon as these guys come around. Right. Oh, we've got Frenchmen coming in. They've attacked one of the batteries. This is your job. Right, these two need to go there. That's not great. I would need all batteries firing. Currently we're sending 2 units to deal with them. You can actually get on back onto the battery. We still hold on to the house. Get back on the battery. And I want canister to be flying that way. Deal with that unit. Good, good, good. I've got plenty of inspire and rallies. So I'm going to inspire these guys. Get them to shoot a little bit better. I want to see when most of their force is spent and they're kind of on their second run to go inside. that is when I will order these extra troops to claim or set up position, and then we'll try and charge our way out here and reclaim the hole here in the fort. These guys so ready that they're standing on top. Yeah, a little bit. I was a little bit worried about that, but the fact that the house is shooting these guys in the back of their head. So these guys that are standing up have a risk of the guys in the house shooting them down. I would like to see this guy gain at least another chevron. Although I don't know what it will take for them to get to that point. Okay, we still got tons of French troops moving in this area. Are they gonna try another attempt at climbing up here? For some reason the gatehouse is open. And the French are actually going through. Who left the gate open? Whoever that was needs to get fired immediately. Because suddenly the very important batteries come under heavy attack. You need to continue firing. You are continuing to firing. And as soon as the battery is safe back here, I will order this unit to open fire. Actually, the enemy is kind of close. I will order them already now. We will rally just to make sure these guys don't leave. Gatehouse. This gatehouse. I have a unit right here. Go ahead and fight them. What are you doing leaving your position? This is really dangerous. They're so confident in victory that... Oh, now this battery was unfortunately lost. Who left the gate open? They never controlled this wall. But look at how they're getting fired upon from two sides. At least one of the batteries have survived. I don't know what you guys were thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and inspire them. Just to make sure. And I'm gonna ride closer to support them. Fine. I'm gonna order you to not be to hold your ground, but to continuously fighting them. And looks like the enemy's morale isn't really wavering in the way that we would want. I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna order a reserve of these guys to march into this. And with that, I should be able to give enough time for these guys to disengage and set up behind the wall again. Canister continuously going through. Can someone please just close that gate? I think it's fine. So I'm gonna remount the cannons. These guys are back within safety. And now hopefully the French will be focusing in on the armory and not so much the first Giovanni. Which will continue to fire over there. Alright, get back on the guns. We've got kind of a break there. What we would want is maybe if we could get... Maybe I can get you out here, kill the cannon, then come around and sandwich the enemy there, actually. We could do that from a multitude of angles. I'm gonna order down a unit here. What I could actually do is I could use multiple units. So maybe we can get the first Giovanni to go around together with a number of other units to go around and set up behind the enemy, and then classic hammer and anvil will be able to break the attackers. I do want to get at this stupid cannon that's out here, So get rid of that cannon crew, because that's the only cannon that the enemy army's got. Whoa, look at that! So I ordered the second group here. They've taken control of all 6 cannons.
Our men are running, sir.
Who's running? Oh, the unit up there. Oh, my plan to take control of this wall might not work because they're not taking control of the wall though, but I'm gonna send a unit over there just in case. This guy's going out. He's managed to get one of the cannons. I want to get all of them. Let's go ahead and move up through here, maybe see if we'll support. First Giovanni has been fighting hard the entire battle. And the guys inside the house, though, they've put up quite the fight as well. No chevrons gained, though, beside for this cannon, which is basically almost maxed out at this point. It's probably slayed thousands of enemy troops. Looks like the French army is kind of here on their last leg. So I should see about gathering the troops now for a charge towards the breach. I'll be ordering down troops from the wall. Okay, now there's no one even coming in through the gate, actually. Canister, hold fire. Are there still French troops in the house, or why is it like that? Oh yeah, there is a French unit inside. It's quite a bit of fighting that I didn't even realize was going on. But there's no troops trying to get inside. I'm gonna order first Giovanni to move inside the house.
Our men are running,
and hopefully kill the French unit that is inside. Although I do not know, there's quite a lot of French troops inside actually. So this could be dangerous. However, they've got the support of their general. And any reinforcements coming in through the gate will be met by canister. And I'm going to move up this unit to shoot down reinforcements as well. And I just inspired first Giovanni. Right, here comes the reinforcement.
The entire unit is closer.
And I'm hoping we can break the troops coming in to reinforce here. Oh, hold fire, damn you. Do not shoot, because you will be shooting at friendly troops. They broke! First Giovanni captured the building. Wonderful. Let's hold fire with the cannon now, as there's a risk. Oh, enemy general, form square. Their morale is low, but they're slaying the French troops. They try their best to take control of the house. And with that, a well-deserved third chevron is added for that unit. I'm gonna order my troops out. And we're gonna see about dealing with the last units out here. But yeah, we basically got victory as the enemy army is more or less destroyed. Once their general falls, which he definitely will if he keeps staying around the square, then it's game over for the French. And here we are for the final moments of the battle. We will order bayonet charges. Bayonet charges all around. And break the enemy. The general has already left the field. Now it's just to persuade his men to leave as well.
Our men are running for it.
Under whittling fire, the first unit broke over there. Might need the general's support, as is 2 versus 2 here. However, it looks as though we will be victorious. There's a single unit holding out in the woods. As we continue here, and at this point it's clear to say that the fort has held and we are victorious. And as a result of the battle, we deployed 4,300 men against 5,800 enemies. They lost 3,000 men, leaving only about 1,000 after the battle. We lost 2,366, so around half our army. Still have 3,000 men remaining after the battle. In terms of chevrons gained, we've got the general gaining chevron. One cannon is actually destroyed, one of which gains tons of chevron. First Giovanni gains not 1 but 2 chevrons in this battle. And we got a random unit, which I'm not entirely sure where they were stationed, which gains 3 chevrons. Let's take a look. So we've got, this is the first Giovanni then. So they gain 2 chevrons because they killed almost 500 men. So for each one, of men they lost, they took down 2 French troops. The unit fought until only 150 remaining. So that's over half the unit was gone by the end of it. And then we got this unit, for some reason, gaining 3 chevrons. It lost 230 men, 155, so it's similar to the first Giovanni. However, they only killed 161. Could it be that this was the unit that formed square and killed the general? But I don't think they lost that many men, did they? I don't know what. That's a mystery unit that did that. But anyways, the important thing is the city held. And hopefully we won't see a follow-up attack. They're moving in to take Normandy. I'm not gonna allow that. Or as best as I could. There's no way these 2 units gonna stand up. I was worried these small sniping armies would be going after these areas. I could dispatch cavalry from Paris to deal with this. That would be easily enough done, but yeah, this unfortunately turned out to resolve. Normandy was lost. However, I did note that there were a Prussian maneuver that moved in somewhere. It was hard to tell where on the map they were, but they moved in. Ah, there they are. So they are in Bavaria. They've taken control of the supply depot at Rendsburg. Interesting. Kind of opening up the route there. The French army that attacked Venice has moved back here. Oh, yeah, he did survive, didn't he? So why did those guys gain 3? When clearly they didn't really kill us. Interesting, in a strange way. Seemingly, you know, me repairing the fort, if they hold out a siege for a turn, it still leaves a break in the wall, so there's gonna be no point in not repairing that. In terms of troops, we're gonna have to re-recruit 1 militia unit and 1 artillery. The thing though is, even though I lost quite a few troops, as I'm able to re-recruit 300, we lost what? 2,300 something? Seemingly we'll be able to, a lot of that was the, what's it called? The armed populace that was dragged into this. So in actual fact, I don't need to replenish that many troops. So that's good, and we kind of hold on to that. There is a small unit here. D'Artagnan. God damn it, is he there? I also have an idea now for my navy. I want to move the navy around here. Now, is that French navy? No, that's French units. I want to move my navy around here. Take a position where I can move, bring the army here, and then we're going to land the army somewhere around here. And hopefully then, by moving in with an attack from here, I will be able to have the Prussians join in the battle. But for now, this is how we hold. These units gonna be have to be chased down, but I'm thinking it's kind of it's a smaller task, and it feels like that is definitely off-camera work. The thing is, Paris is not really stable for me to send a load of cavalry around. Currently, there's not much going on here, though. One thing, I should have probably waited that 1 turn until they built the road, but at the same time, if I had waited than that, they could have put a lot more troops there. I do not need my spy here anymore. So I could actually put the spy here and have this guy go and take a look at what's all the way over there. And then we'll have the spy establish a network from Brussels instead. Okay, he's gone. that was not a good setup, but I can see enough into Brussels. I kind of wonder what they've got going here, because nothing really seems to be happening over there. So with these guys joining in, I do not think I need an agent here. Like, we will see what's going on here. Anyways, I kind of want to know what's going on in Prague, Bohemia, because the Prussians made a move against it, but we haven't seen anything since then. Napoleon is coming back. Napoleon is coming back from... I guess he realized the danger now with his empire slowly be taken over here. I wonder if it's worth it to send out the cavalry to go chase these guys down. I feel like at least this army, we could probably get to that one and get back in one turn. So I could go back to Paris and deal with that. It's heavily in favor of the enemy, which would only really matter if they are able to set up the guns, which I don't think they will, but I'm forced to play this, which is why I kind of avoided going after these. But yeah, this unit, if those two units there could take this province, then this could cause a lot of problems, so they need to be dealt with. And so we have the Battle of location, France. We have the Battle of France, although I guess Orléans is the closest area, so that's probably the name of the battle. Enough talking though, let's go ahead and smite these little fools. Really quick battle. The Hussars will swing in from the right side, go for the cannons, while the main cavalry force, the Guard cavalry and the Dragoons, will lead a charge directly onto the enemy horse guards. The general will be following after to support. With that, let's go ahead and start. We'll start ordering these guys forward, and then we're gonna order the Hussars in lightning speed towards the enemy. Are they deploying the guns? Not really. Let's go ahead and speed this up, shall we? Oh, they're outpacing the general. Slow down a little bit. I want to be able to inspire these guys. Okay, now you can go. We'll wait until the last moment. Inspire the Dragoons. Hussars going after the Lancers. And then the massive cavalry charge going in, going after the enemy Dragoons. Our general is smack dab in the middle of that. Enemy Dragoons is holding on pretty well, even against such numbers. Probably what I should have done is I should have detached one of the Hussar units and had them swing around, so we'll be able to hit the Lancers from two sides. Same with the troops over there. Oh, they've actually been able to deploy the guns and are now firing cannon into our force. We have done really poorly at doing damage to the enemy Dragoons. Also, now when my general is in the middle of this, so definitely at risk of a cannonball striking him. I'm hoping the Hussars have more of a... Okay, this is not going at all. Gonna do another inspire and rally. Hussars are doing a little bit better, but also a little, at the same time, a little bit worse. The enemy commander is dead. The constant fire of the guns is doing quite the number on my troops. It looked like they were taking maybe one cavalry trooper at a time, but it seems like they were actually doing some real damage on my cavalry. I moved my general over here, hopefully supporting these guys. Getting the lances over and done with.
Sir! Sir! Our
Risky
general is under
business. Sending in the general, but I can see the morale is wavering. So we wouldn't need a lot for the enemy lances to break. Right, that's exactly what I needed from Pietro. And now the hussars are free to come around and surround the dragoons. This battle turned out to be a lot tougher than I thought it would.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
Yes, I do realize this. Gonna go ahead and inspire again. Rally not really needed at this point, as the morale is fine. We might pump it anyways. The French dragoons, really strong, but now they're surrounded on all sides. And finally, victory. Here's the result of the battle. We deployed 700, almost 800 men against an army of around 600. And everyone, the French really fought to the death in this battle, didn't they? Really surprised about that. Highest kills goes to the Hussars, while the Dragoons and the Guard Cavalry were able to inflict very little. The General actually only ever killed one enemy. They moved in, killed one Lancer. But it was enough to break them. And I was about to say, hopefully with that, that would end the enemy. Actually, they don't mind that the cavalry units are out here, so let's go ahead and continue to pursue the Lancers and get rid of them, and then hurry back home. Attacking general. Recover these a little bit, and then we can go after Normandy, which is actually really angry that the French are back in control here. As soon as possible, though, I kind of want to... Actually, it's no longer needed for me to detach troops to send down here, because Venice held, and the only reason would be this small unit here. But now, with the current situation, it would be better for us to then focus going forward. So I will start to get the fleet now around for my attempt then to go around the French here and join in with the Prussians in an attack to secure Brussels. The French intellectuals. Damn, who is this? This guy is smart. But he's a monk. How does that work? Anyways, let's go ahead and end turn and see what the enemy comes up with. Currently, I'm doing rather well. Farmland has been raided. Over here, okay. We also have raided the mines all the way down here, and they went after the port of Genoa. This unit could have actually taken control of areas, but instead they went for What's burning here? They went for just raiding a little bit of the countryside. I should have a militia unit ready. Send in the militia. Maybe militia and a cannon. Would that be enough to send these guys away? Sorry, I had to sneeze. We'll wait for the cannon anyways. We got a supply depot over here. It's way too late, which is one of the problems here with the supply depots I'm setting up. They're all way too far away from the front line. What did they send here? We'll send the cavalry anyways. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for the French to come up with something. Militia, that easily dispelled. Light infantry, as long as we can get around it. And the hussars, quite easy. And the general as well, shouldn't be too much of a problem. The army is holding on well. The populace, soon enough, I'll be actually getting tax revenue out of this, which is a 9,000, which is actually over 9,000 now when I see it. And this army is getting good replenishment. This should be a resupply depot, if we don't already have one in the region. And yes, let's go ahead and take a look at how close I can get. So they have a full stack there, but they're not deploying it. And then the British are right here. They have sent in more Prussians into Bavaria, so at least that's good. You will move in, take over the position there. Napoleon's right there. He's really gunning for it. He's going back to France. Okay, so they set up quite the garrison here against the Prussians. This army seemed to have lost a little bit of troops, so the Prussians are trying here. They probably would have done best to take that over at the first turn. Looks like there's quite a lot of French troops coming back. I want to take a look here again just to make sure that France is in fact war with everyone. They're war with Portugal, they're at war with Russia, they're at war with Great Britain. They're no longer at war with the Swiss. The Swiss, I paid them 25,000 to be at war with France for one turn. Very worth it. We could possibly, they're on the allies won't or the coalition won't really care if I take over Switzerland, will they? Such a backstab by supposedly the guardians of the Pope himself, that will not sit well. And so once France is completely defeated, or at least once I've moved my troops thoroughly into Germany, we could double back and deal with these folks and turn them into another one of my puppets. As we've seen, I kind of, I will be able to take this area out, so I think we'll do that off camera. But with that, I think this was a pretty productive episode. We've kind of laid the plans out. Now, the thing to be on the lookout for is the fact that we have Napoleon basically racing back to France and seemingly getting lots of troops coming back, and also the fact that we did get attacked at Venice. So they are looking to attacking us, and they're coming back in force once they gather up enough troops here and moving against us. So that we need to keep that in mind. And finally, actually, I just saw on my phone we got an 11th member. I will be giving you a unit, and the problem with playing a small state like the Papal States is you don't have a lot of different units. Like with the French, you have the 38th regiment, the so-and-so regiment, all kinds of already named regiments that are different to each other. Here I'm looking at like 4 or 5 different units that we can name. So I'm thinking we'll give for the first time a cannon to Andrew. So Andrew will be in command of a battery. Not decided yet which one. And also someone asked if the members can choose their own, which yes, they can. I haven't set up a great way for them to kind of say which unit they want. But obviously if they want to go ahead and change, or they specifically want to say what unit they want, then they're free to do so. But with that said, it's high time to end this episode. So, with that said, I will say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.